The doors to the master suite were not hidden. They were waiting. Tall, double-paneled, dark wood with a finish so smooth it reflected light like still water. They stood at the end of a short corridor branching from the living area, set apart just enough to feel intentional. Private. Reserved. Not a place one wandered into by accident. Isabella slowed as she approached. Something in her body resisted. Not fear alone. Instinct. Because this was not just another room. It was his. The distinction settled into her chest with quiet weight. The living area had felt controlled, observed, structured. This felt intimate. Her fingers hovered near the handle for a moment. The scent reached her even before she touched it. Cedar. Warm, deep, grounded. Layered beneath it, expensive cologne. Subtle, masculine. Not sharp, not overwhelming. The kind of scent that lingered in fabric, in air, in memory. And something else. Leather. Not decorative. Personal. She pushed the door open. The transition was immediate. The temperature shifted first, not colder, not warmer, but softer. The clinical precision of the living area gave way to something controlled in a different way. Dim lighting replaced the calculated brightness outside, shadows arranged deliberately across walls and surfaces, creating depth instead of exposure. The room was large, but it didn't feel open. It felt enclosed, not because of walls, because of presence. The ceiling lowered slightly compared to the rest of the penthouse, just enough to bring the space inward. The materials changed to dark wood panels, matte stone, heavy drapery framing massive windows now partially concealed behind sheer layers. The city was still there beyond the glass, but muted, filtered. This wasn't where he ruled. This was where he existed. The bed dominated the center of the room. Large, low, structured in dark wood and dressed in layers of silk sheets that caught the dim light in soft reflections. Everything about it was precise. No wrinkles, no displacement, no sign of rust, not untouched. Prepared. She stepped inside slowly. The rug beneath her feet was even softer than the one outside, absorbing her presence completely. No sound, no echo. The door closed behind her without her noticing when. The silence returned. But here, it felt closer, like breath. She turned toward the bathroom. The entrance was open, framed by stone and glass, revealing a space that barely resembled anything functional. It looked carved rather than built, walls of pale marble veined with soft gray, surfaces polished to a near-liquid sheen. The lighting was indirect, embedded within the architecture so that no single source revealed itself. The moment she crossed the threshold, the water started. A soft rush filled the air as the shower activated automatically, steam rising almost instantly, curling upward in delicate waves that blurred the sharp edges of the room. She stopped, watched it. Perfect temperature. No adjustment. No hesitation. The system already knew. A quiet unease slid down her spine. Not because it worked, because it expected her. She stepped closer to the mirror. It stretched across the wall, seamless and clear. Her reflection appeared slowly through the forming steam. At first, distorted, then sharper. She looked at herself. Really looked. Her hair slightly disheveled. The faint trace of exhaustion beneath her eyes. The tension still held in her shoulders, in the line of her jaw. And yet, still composed. Still beautiful. The contradiction unsettled her, because she did not feel composed. She did not feel whole. She felt divided, like part of her had remained somewhere else. Back in that apartment. Back before the signature. The steam thickened around her, softening the reflection again. She reached up slowly, her fingers brushing her cheek. Warm. Real. She stepped into the shower. The water fell over her instantly, steady, controlled, enveloping. It washed over her skin with precision, not force, not chaos. Even this felt engineered. A ritual. She closed her eyes. For a moment, just a moment, everything blurred. The penthouse, the deal, the silence. All of it softened under the rhythm of water. She let it run longer than necessary. Not because she needed it, because she needed the illusion that something could be washed away. When she finally stepped out, the air wrapped around her again, warm, scented, controlled. She dried slowly, mechanically, and returned to the bedroom. That's when she saw it. On the bed, placed with absolute precision. A garment, not folded, displayed. The fabric caught the low light immediately. Satin. Deep, dark, almost black, but not entirely. There was color hidden within it, something rich and shifting depending on how the light touched it. A subtle wine tone beneath the surface. Controlled. Expensive. Intentional. It wasn't just a dress. It was a decision. The cut was flawless. Structured but fluid. Designed to follow the body without asking permission. The kind of piece that didn't simply clothe, it defined. She stepped closer. Slowly. Her fingers hovered just above the fabric before finally touching it. Soft. Too soft. It felt deliberate. Like it had been chosen with care that went beyond aesthetics. Understanding. Her size. Her shape. Her presence. The realization made her hand still. How? Her pulse shifted. Beside the dress. A note. Small. White. Handwritten. She picked it up. The ink was dark. The lines sharp. Not rushed. But not gentle. Controlled. She read it. Wear this. Do not be late. No greeting. No signature. It didn't need one. Her fingers tightened slightly around the paper. The words were simple, but they carried weight far beyond their length. Instruction. Expectation. Ownership. She exhaled slowly. Set the note back down. Her gaze moved again across the room. The bed. The shadows. The scent still lingering in the air. And suddenly, the truth settled in fully. This wasn't preparation for dinner. This was preparation for presentation. A controlled unveiling. Her skin prickled. Not with fear alone. Something else. Awareness. Because beneath the discomfort, beneath the resistance, there was something darker. Curiosity. About the man who had built this. Who had chosen this. Who had written those words with such effortless certainty. She looked at the dress again. Then at her reflection in the distant mirror. And for the first time, she understood. Tonight was not the end of the negotiation. It was the beginning. And she was no longer just part of the deal. She was the centerpiece. And then, she understood. This was never about preparation. It was about presentation. And tonight, he would finally see her.